Y'all check it out. Look, I got the orange coil car. We're gonna call it the Orange Crush. That's now its official name. So the Crush is on the trailer. This is its debut night. First time we've had it out this year. First time with the new motor. Got the whole crew here. Ryan's helping tonight. Rachel's gonna film. Kim's with us. And Jace says he's gonna take care of the mud for us. Anyway, it has been a scramble for the last couple of weeks getting this car ready. This morning, worked, got the new setup on the car. So we set the car up and then switched it out and put like a soft left rear spring on it. Changed everything around using new BSB springs and stuff. The next video we're gonna do will be on the setup, but this one here, we're gonna run the car. We're taking it up to Camden Speedway tonight. It's just a regular Saturday night for them, so I'm not sure how many cars they'll have. But we got the right gear in the car for the track. I got the car out on the road and went to a long straightaway and just gave it a good hard pull, made sure it pulled good. Really scary. I think that my first struggle with the engine is going to be, it's so much power that now I'm going to have to really learn throttle management. And I haven't had this much power before. So that's probably going to be a challenge starting out. We'll just have to figure it out. Anyway, this video is going to have a lot going on in it, so y'all stick around. Let's get to it. Hey, I got 4 adults and a kid.
130.
There's 140.
Big one. 4 adults and 1 child.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Racers in the pit. Drivers ready, 5 minutes. They make your way on up to the pit trailer, and if you haven't registered your car, get on over to the pit trailer and get that thing registered, and we'll have a driver's meeting, get this track rolled in, and we'll have a show. Drivers ready, 5 minutes. They make your way on down, driver.
We can put it back.
what that was. And Papa Duke going off the track right now. I don't know if you could tell from the video or not, but it looked like he was smoking a little bit as he was coming around the turns, turn 1 and turn 2. I don't know if that has anything to do with him just first start racing or not, but we'll find out here in a minute. We'll see what he has to say. Y'all stay around.
Got a valve cover that's leaking oil like crazy. Everything looks fine, but I'm not running
a little late. You come get in here and make a couple of laps.
if I was filling the heads full of oil, that side over there with the breathers, I would be blowing oil out to the breathers. But I'm not.
How many cars?
That's where it would, that's where it would really be going.
How many cars? They're bringing them on down the station lane back there in
I
the
think I
pit.
just don't have the tires.
How many cars? You'll hear me calling these cars up all night. They got speakers back there in the back there. They can hear you. And also you can tune in to 105.1, I think it is on your.
And I'm doing a great job at it.
Well, I wish I could put valve covers on that would not leak. You know, that's why I went to the Vortex valve covers. Because I don't have any trouble with them. But these jokers here are going to be the death of me. Car's a little bit
Well, you don't let it all
I've dang sure got plenty of forward drive. No problem on forward drive. I got forward drive. Middle of the turn, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of, I'm afraid to mess with it much. It's like I kind of want to just, leave the car alone and then just try to really study and understand exactly what's going on with it in the middle of that turn. So, I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm sitting here thinking. You know, Jay said I should be able to feel the left rear hit the chain. Right. And I'm not feeling the left rear hit the chain. You know, so it's like, you know, maybe I need, and I have the chain preloaded, but I'm not hitting it. And so I'm wondering, do I need to tighten my chain down? But, you know, that's not going to help me in the middle of the turn. I got a whole far drive down the expressway I want. That's not going to help me. Yeah, well, trust me, she was scrubbing. Trust me, she was, you know what I mean? Like, in other words, I had the wheel turn more than it was turning. I was up there because I had to be up there. Gotcha. That makes sense. You know how far it was working. Yeah, I mean it was working, but like
our feature race right now. Right now we only have 4 cars out. We started out with 5 cars tonight. It looks like there's only 4 cars on the track tonight, so I guess we're going to race with 4 cars. So done a little adjustments on the car. We'll see how it goes.
Well, we are on the way home overall, so there was only 5 street stocks, and so I ran 4th in the heat race and then turned around, and in the feature we only started 4, so I started in 4th place, and it was TJ Herndon and Dale Nelson and Kobe Brandon. So there's some guys I've raced with several times. They're all 3 fast cars, plenty of motor, no doubt about that, and everything. Set up not quite there, it was really close, but I was pushing a little bit in the heat it was throttle tight. And I got where I was over rotating the car. I had run some brake to the rear of the car, and I was pitching it a little bit going into the turn and then throttling up. And so I was keeping the car somewhat rotated and not kind of in its tracks. And that was dealing with that over rotation, or that throttle tight that was going on. So I was intentionally over rotating the car. And I mean, that worked fine and everything. The car had tons of forward drive to get off the corner, but the track had a lot of grip in it. And so me and Ryan, of course, I fought oil leaks on the valve covers all night long. I'm gonna have to take those off and see what's going on there. I think I've slung a quart of oil up under the car. I'll be pressure washing for a while just to get all that off. But anyway, we were working on it, and then before I went out of feature, I was kind of like, well, do I leave the car alone and just focus on understanding exactly where we're at on the setup, you know, or do I change something? Well, I ended up changing, and I changed two things. So I took a round and a half of bite out of the left rear, and on the right front, I had a 1/2 inch spacer already on the 4-inch offset wheel, but I added another 1-inch spacer, so that made my total offset on the right front 2.5 inches. That was probably enough because the track completely slicked off, and just adding a spacer on that right front probably would have got me there. With the track slicking off and everything, I was perfect. I took that round and a half of bite out of the left rear, and I probably shouldn't have. I could get the car was fine, the car rotated fine, it would roll through its tracks fine, but, you know, just as far as like trying to make the fastest lap, I was taking a high line. There was a cushion that existed on the entry of the turn, but then as I would go through the center of the turn, the car was rolling fine and everything, but I would come off that cushion, and then I just did not have the bite. I didn't have the bite in the left rear to really just drive the tire down and drive the car off. And so what would happen is that I could enter the turn really fast. The car would get a ton of side bite. It would drive into the cushion and hook hard, and I could throttle up. And then as I would come around the corner, I would take, and it would come off of that cushion. And then at that point, I would start really pedaling, and I would have to actually lift back up off the throttle. So it wasn't a very useful way for me to run the car, and I was losing a little bit of lap time to the 3 guys in front of me the whole time. Still real happy with the car, just completely changed the setup on it and everything. And so I'm not complaining, because it's close. It's close. There's plenty of cars that it would beat just how it is right now. But those 3 guys there, it's going to take a little more. I'm going to have to work on it a little bit. And, you know, and I brought it out. So we just started out. This is the first time and everything. I did not put brand new tires on the car. So the tires are a year old on the car. You know, and they've been stored inside, and I ground them off and everything. But, you know, fresh tires would have helped. You know, everybody's running fresh tires, and, you know, fresh tires would have helped. But overall, I was very happy with it. Motor's fantastic, and the car has the ability to put it to the ground. Now when the track got dry slick, I was melting the tires off at times. I mean, like coming off the corner, you know, it would just go 7,000, you know, if I stuck my foot all the way in it. As long as I was hooking into it, like if I had the bite and I was into the cushion, you know, or there was some brown there, I could hook it. I could hook the car up. I could hook the motor up. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem with it having too much motor and me not being able to control it. I think I'm fine there. So I'm just tickled with it. But the valve covers, golly, we just put oil everywhere. So I got to figure out, my spreaders are maybe I got some short spreaders. They're only like 2.5 inches or 3 inches long. I may need to get some spreaders that are more like 4 or 5 inches long. And I used a rubber gasket that's got the steel piece in the middle of it. And I don't know, there's a set of Felpros that I use with my Vortex that I've never had any trouble with. I may need to order kind of the same kind of blue Felpro for these and glue them into the actual valve cover or something. Something going on there. Dadgums blowed oil everywhere, smoking the whole time on the track, but it's because I was just leaking oil onto the headers. So I got to deal with that. But overall, super satisfied. Everything went great, and got to get these kids to the house. And the next video coming up, we're gonna go completely through that setup, and then we're gonna figure out what to adjust on this car maybe so it'll be a little faster next time. All right, see y'all later.